So today we're going to walk through creation of a trellis clip or a tomato clip. So what this does is it allows you to put it around the tomato plant, and you have a line running up and down, and you simply clamp this. You close this as one piece, you close it together, and it will keep your tomato plant growing relatively straight and up instead of drooping over. So let's get started. So I got a couple designs. I pulled this one up on Amazon. I'm just gonna 3D print a few of these and see how they work. Maybe the material will be flimsy or break, but we're gonna give this a try. So our size is 1.2 inch by 0.35. So I'm gonna convert that to millimeters, and that's about 30 millimeters by 9 millimeters. Okay, so 30 millimeters round on the inner diameter, and then we're gonna have it clamp. So we're gonna use a design that I found online. I found a picture of it, so I will kind of build it from that picture. So screenshot that guy right there, and it opens up way over on my other screen. I'm gonna do a I don't want my mouse to be in there. Let me do a zoomed in view. There we go. Okay. So we can kind of build from this. We don't have to build exactly as it shows. So here is our design, and we're going to import this into Onshape. So this is the Onshape free version. If you want to borrow this design, you are more than welcome to go in the public area and download this. So here is, so I will start with importing this image. So this is, I'm going to save it in my downloads real quick. I'll save as, I'm going to put in my downloads. There we go. It's as a PNG file. We need to choose a plane to start this on, so let's start on the front plane right here. We can hide this by left clicking on that and right clicking on that little eyeball right there. And I'm going to zoom into this one view, so we can click on this front view right here, and it will zoom into there. Okay, so now we're going to import this image, and we got to get started a sketch on this front view right here. So now we have sketch started, and we will go to the insert DXF or DWG, but we actually will go to insert image here. Insert that guy. We're going to go to import here, and there's the file. Click on this guy right here. And then I go to choose the location when I start this, and now I can kind of just pull out, and that's the size of it right there. So now I need to figure out the size. So I said that this will be around 9 millimeters in depth, and then 30 millimeters round. So let's choose a diameter of 30 millimeters, and then we can scale this. So I'm going to choose that. That's actually 30, about 30 right there, and I can lock that into place by choosing this dimension. So we're going to 30. I think that's probably good right there. So we're kind of using this as just how we're going to build this. So now we can take a line off of here and build it from this. Let's say it's at the midpoint here. Okay, and we're going to go up 1.5 millimeters over here, and we'll add a little bit. We can right click and escape that line. Now we're going to start using our shortcut keys. So line is L for shortcut. Okay, and then we click up here. We create a little bit of shape here. So 1 by 1 by 1. Okay, and escape that line. Okay, and now we're going to create this edge right here. So we're going to say this is about the same height. So we're going to break this, but we're going to keep going from there. We're going to break this with a trim a little later. So L, get to the line, click and straight, going over here, and then right click, escape, so we can adjust these and fine tune them in a second. So we're going to choose another circle, and this circle is going to be on the same level as that one. Okay, we're going to choose our dimension here. So this is 30. Okay, and then we will dimension this to here, and they should be 0. We'll do it again. Dimension from here to here. Total this width, yep, should be 0. Okay, so the same size. and location wise I can actually lock them into place now and say this is 50 millimeters. Okay, so as this closes, you know, it will it should bend right here, so we can move this over. We can do an extend, so extend this guy here to here. Okay, right click, escape extend. So now we will choose our material thickness. Let's do an offset face here. We're going to do an offset, let's say 1 millimeter thick. 1 millimeter. Okay, so that just I just goofed up some stuff, but let me click on this guy. So this should be 1 millimeter from this guy to this guy. Yep, and then we can put 1, and it didn't like that, turned it red. So what I can do over here, it's this right here. I should be able to click that and delete that guy. And what else? Let's show our constraints here. So it's showing me, so I goofed up some stuff over here. No problem though, we can fix that. I don't know why it's like locking me into this. I'm just gonna kind of get rid of a couple. Coincident. Why is it doing this? What is the problem? Where is the constraint that's causing me the issue? Why is this one an issue? I think I need to lock in that guy. So let me lock in this position right here. So I'm going to put a dimension in here to here. And then we're going to call that 13.5. That's okay, locked in there. Okay, so now let's try this dimension again, here to here, 1 millimeter. Now still doesn't like that. Something is not sketch, could not be so. Oh, I have 2 dimensions. That's why. It's silly. All right, right there. Get rid of that guy. Change it to 1, and you see how it went off center. So we can tell it that it's concentric. So click this guy to this guy, and they should snap together. There we go. All right. So looks like it might have moved it, but I'm not so worried about the movement of it. So I might be able to grab this and move it back over. Undo that, and then get over here. Yeah, we can move it around a little bit, and we can see this one broke, but we can fix that with the trim. So we're gonna hit our M is our trim. Right here is not that one. Right here is trim. Okay, M is our shortcut. So trim, and then we could trim that guy. So this one here is now stuck to there. That's cool. We want that stuck, and our thickness, not sure if 1's going to be enough, but we'll try it at 1. And then this dimension is fully constrained. I will have to pull that one. So I'm going to extend this one here to here. Okay, here to here. And then I can do an M, which is trim that guy off. Okay, and then I can fix this guy up here, right here. So I'm going to do extend, which is here to here. So all I did was click there, and I saw it going down to there. Okay, so now we're going to do an extend from here to here. It didn't like that. I'm going to undo, go back to extend here to here. Okay, do my M for trim, clean that guy off. Okay, so now we got this little shape right here, 30 millimeters inner diameter, and then 15 millimeters. So we can we should be able to change this distance right here if we want, or actually right here 50. Let's undo this. So 50, we'll change it to 45, so we can adjust this, see how the one pulls in as we do that. So now we're going to go and we're going to start doing the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna go out. Actually, we don't need to go out. We'll go out a little bit, and we're gonna have to do a kind of a break inside of here and do a rotation. So that will be something to play with, and we'll have to see how it works. And when we split this, how does it look when you rotate about that line? So that's something we'll do in a little bit. So right now I'm just gonna go and start creating this little feature right here. So let me do, I'm just gonna go off of here a little bit. Actually, I wonder if I can build a line here and do a mirror of that guy. Let's see, I'm gonna build a line, and it's gonna be a construction line here. Right click, escape, click on that, and then we're gonna do this construction here. Okay, and now I'm gonna hit middle space bar to get out of that, and I'm gonna go to mirror. So mirror this here, select a mirror line, which is that guy, and the entities to be mirrored are these guys right here. So it should, yep, automatically does that. Cool. So now you can see that's not touching, so I can extend that. Actually, what I need to do is I need to offset this guy. So we're going to do an offset, get out of that, get to offset, go here, that's 1 millimeter. Where's my dimension? There it is. So it's kind of hiding it. Okay, we'll change it to 1. We'll probably update this dimension. That we may change this to 2 millimeters because it looks rather thin, but hey, we'll 3D print this and give it a try. So I'm going to do an extend on this guy right here, extend this guy to this guy, and then this guy to this guy. Okay, trim's going to do some trims, trim that guy, and looks like something's weird there, but it's okay. Zoom out. Okay, now I'm going to go and make sure this size right here is 1 millimeter. Actually, never mind. What I need to do now is work on that going down and then forming into this shape right here. So we're going to go down and then like 35 or something. We'll see how it works. So take a line down, straight down. Okay, we're just kind of using that as a really rough reference. And ding, ding, ding. Just kind of playing around here, making the shape. Okay, going down. We'll make this a constant thickness a little bit later. We don't want a sharp point there. We actually want a radius eventually. So we can go straight up into there, right click, escape that line. So I'm going to delete this stuff right here. Trim. Get rid of all that. Trim all that guy. Trim. We can delete probably, but trim's cool. Trim. Okay. Trim this guy. This guy needs to extend, so we're gonna trim that guy, extend this guy. So X is extend. So if we want to start remembering things, M to trim, X to extend. So this is a X. Or actually trim. I'm going to M it. Oops, I moved the print. I Control Z to get back out. I'm going to hit my M to trim this guy. Okay, that did it. Trim again. So we got this dimension. Good. Trim M. Okay, so it looks like we got a majority of it. We're going to choose a general thickness of this, keep it at 1 millimeter, and I think, yeah, let's choose this dimension now. So here to here is 1. Oops, 1.5. I'll do 1. Now this could be not enough. We will find out when we try to print this guy and what he does, what he looks like. So we can modify that guy, but we're going to lock in the size here. So this guy to this guy is going to be 1 millimeter, and this guy to this guy is going to be okay, didn't like that. Take that again. This guy to this guy. No. Go dimension here to here. 4 millimeters. Okay. And we'll tweak this. Now this width is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. And then of course we want to have some radiuses in here so it won't break as easy. So let's add some radiuses here. There we go. Sketch fillets, so we should be able to fillet that guy. It doesn't like it's so large. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe I can add them afterwards. Oh, can I change that to 5? Yeah, I can change that 1. All right, that allows me to do it. All right, we don't want any rigid areas because those are breaking points. So we want to make nice rounds here, flex, so they flex much better. Okay. The more flex, the happier our thing will be. We don't want it breaking right away. Okay, just yep. So here we go. We keep going here. This one's gonna look weird when I click on it, and it's gonna move it up quite a bit. There we go. No problem. That's how we want it. Okay, and then we can actually we could almost get rid of this here. Let's do M trim that guy. Oh, trim. No. Okay. getting rid of, disable those constraints. Hit my M, get rid of that guy, and then I'm going to do an extend, which is X, this guy to this guy to here. Ding. Okay, let's go back and do it again. X, click here, then click here. Okay, right click, escape that, and now we're going to build the this guy right here. I'm going to put this at 2. Okay. Something like that. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Okay, keep going, and we need to know this. We may have to adjust this because it may not fit entirely within this hole, so we're going to create a hole over here. So let's keep working with our, we'll make this, this doesn't have to be round. This one here, okay, I think we're pretty good. So we're gonna have flex points. Definitely this is gonna flex the most. So, all right, so let's find this dimension from the left here. So from this to here is 4 millimeters, okay? And that, I think, yeah, I already had that up there. So we need at least a 4 millimeter hole on the other side. And then, so we will put, let's put a square in here. And that square will represent our 4 millimeter hole. Okay, and then we'll dimension this here to here, 4 millimeters, okay? So that will fit right in to it, barely. So we'll definitely want maybe 5 millimeters, yeah. So 5. We may have to adjust this as we go. So now this one right here just prevents it from popping out. So move that in. We're gonna put a dimension on this guy. Dimension here, 1. Okay, and then we can play around with that. All right, so now we can start trimming this stuff. We're gonna extend this, so that's an X here to here. Okay, and then we're gonna M. Why did it flip over there? I don't know. Go back to, we're gonna click right on back view again. It looks, oh, it rotated entirely. So I'm gonna right mouse button and just rotate it back. I'm gonna hit my front again. Okay, back to front. Here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna do a trim, M for trim. We're going to trim this guy and this guy. No, undo, Control Z there. Why did it get rid of it? Oh, we need a finalization here. All right, we want to have this here the same height as the other one. We'll have to adjust this a little bit, but let's say here, this line to here is 0, okay? And then we're gonna have one line come off of there, and that line is gonna be offset here. So offset this guy 1 millimeter the other way. 1 millimeter, just type it in, okay? Now we got that also constrained. So now if we trim this with the M, should trim, okay, let's undo that. What is happening? Oh, that, it's looking like that is going, but it's not. So X to extend that to here, okay? Right click, escape that guy. M, we're gonna trim that guy. All right, now it finally locked in position and we are good. So if we look over here, everything looks good. We're gonna trim out this gap right here. So we're gonna do a T or M to get this guy. Don't know what it just grabbed the image. So Control Z, and then I'm gonna hit front again, okay, to get back into position. Now I'm gonna hit my M key and then M key and then just trim through those guys. Trim and trim and trim and trim. So this will be contained later by you know, a wall. So actually we'll connect this and we'll just have to build that later. So let's create another line here to here. Okay, we'll connect this line to here. Okay, and then we can start our fix over here. So we're gonna do M for trim. M for trim. Let's see, is it breaking? It broke it, yeah. So we just gotta make sure this connects. Oh, we don't want that. So this is gonna be deleted. Just delete that guy, extend this guy with an X here to here, okay? Did it work? Let's check. This one might be in a way. All right, looks like it worked. We're gonna hit M for trim. Not that, it flipped again. Don't know why it's doing that. If we go back to front, okay, I'm gonna hit M for trim again. Trim that guy, okay. So there we go. So now we're gonna clean M for trim, trimming those guys. That's already trimmed, okay. And that's about it. So now I think we can almost do an extrusion here. Yeah, I think let's give it extrusion a try. All right, we are going to finalize the sketch right here, and now we're going to do an extrude here. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do it. Is it? Yeah, it is working. All right, so 25 millimeters. Let's do it only. We said 9 millimeters. So okay, and then that's our piece. All right, you see how it stopped making that other side right there? We can. We'll go back in the sketch and we'll fix that. So I will just do M, trim those guys, trim this, trim, and we'll do an extend. Actually, I'm gonna trim that, trim this guy, and then trim that. I'm just gonna put lines. So line from here to here, okay. Right click, escape that line. And now we can go back to finalize the sketch. See our shape just updated there. Okay, so now we should be able to do the split in the middle here, and then we will flip it 180 degrees. So there is like a little assembly thing we could probably create, but I think the easiest way is just to split this and try it this way. So let's see if I can build a sketch on this surface. Actually, no, let's just go back into the sketch spacebar to get out of that. Double click on that sketch to get back in. We're going to do top, we're going to click on this front here, we're going to get back into position, and then we're going to build it's got that construction line already. Let's see what happens. We can't do a transform here, can we? No. So most likely I'm going to have to do it outside of this sketch. So I'm going to build a line here. Let's see if I can build that line. Let's see if I can. Let's do a split. Let's go to split. Split right here. We're going to split this body and entity to split with, and we're going to build a line. Let's see if it, yeah, it does let me. Okay, so it did split right there. Okay, keep go. And now we want to rotate it about the line, so we're going to transform. So transforms right here. Okay, we're going to entity to transform this guy, and we're going to transform it a rotation about an axis, which is this axis, and we will do a negative 180. Okay, and we see it just flipped over there. Okay, so of course we'll have to put a little U shape here or something, you know, but it looks like this is the area that we want to you know, cut out. So what we will do is we'll actually undo this transform, and we will, let me right click and go to suppress that transform. All right, actually I want to, never mind, I want to go back in that transform, unsuppress it, and I want to actually copy the part. So I have two pieces of it. So let me show you again. So down here is copy part. Okay, so it keeps the original part, and that's cool because now we can probably start doing some tweaks on this to make it to where it's you know, the changes will update automatically. So now I can see this right here. I'm going to hit my front view and look at that again. All right, and I can go and I can start doing my chop out. So as we are putting this in, it's going to be hitting that hole, and the hole, we could start the hole about right there. So let's create a new sketch right here on this face, and then that sketch I will just draw a rectangle. So I want to capture all of the back end, of course, but not all of the front end. So that's good. Let me do a constraint from the right hand side all the way to here, so 40 millimeters. We're gonna go a little bit bigger than that for 40. Let's see what happens. 41. 40.5 sounds good to me. And then this side, this will bend as it's coming into place. So yeah, I think this is going to be fine. I'm going to subtract this out now, but I'm going to subtract it out only in a certain region of this edge right here. So let's finish that. Okay, and let's go to extrude, and we're going to extrude this entire shape. So it was, I think I said 9 millimeters. So let me flip this, flip it like that, okay, and then we can grab it and we can throw it into there. We can actually grab this front edge and we can say starting offset of 1 millimeter, -1. Let's, okay, yeah, you see how it did that? It sucked it in. So negative, let's do a -2, no, -1 sounds good, because that's, we're gonna have to reduce this size here. -1, and then we're gonna do 8 millimeters. Okay, so it's gonna be 7 millimeters. There we go. So now that looks even. Okay, but we're gonna do a remove. So click on that and it subtracts it out of this guy right here. Okay, and so as I just hit this remove, clicked on this body right here, you've seen it actually remove it from there. Okay, so click OK. Now we can see the piece is, we see the hole now, but we see this is slightly big. So what we probably want to do is shrink this guy down. So let's go over here to the left side. Let's see what happens when we do a shrink on this. We're gonna just do a cutout into this area. We're gonna do a cutout, and that cutout is going to be on a top view like this or this. I think this. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna create a plane on this edge. Sketch plane, and now we're gonna create a square. And the square is just gonna be rather big. Bottom. Okay, now we're gonna make it 1 millimeter width, or 1.5, sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna take this and just extend it past. Okay, what is it doing? Why is it locking me in there? I'm gonna hit middle mouse button, no, space bar, nothing. It's locking me in position. Strange. Oh, let me click dimension. Grab it. Okay, that was it. So it was locked on dimension still. All right, so 1.5, and now I want to take this to this edge right here. Okay, and that's going to be 0. So it will allow us to go in there 1.5. We can definitely see it's past there. So let's do the other side. What we could probably do is a mirror. So we want to create a point. Let's create a line. We're going to create a midpoint line here if we can. Yep, okay. And then we're just going to right click, confirm that, escape, and then we're going to click on this and we're going to make that a construction line. And then we can mirror about this construction line. Select the mirror line, this guy. This is my entity. Okay, say enter, and now we can do an extrusion of the second one. Let's get rid of the first one. Let's delete this guy. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay, there we go. So we just extruded that guy off of there, and now we can do an extrusion of this guy, and then we're gonna do symmetric. Not all the way there. We can adjust this, of course. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want it that deep, so we can adjust this, no problem. Oop, that was an add, so we want to double click on there, click remove, okay, and actually we can go in here and we can adjust this sketch now again. So we're going to pull this edge back because we're taking off too much material. We want to just go about right there. Let's see what happens. And yeah, so that is it. And then we can clean up this super sharp edge by, we probably put a fillet on there, a radius. Let's try fillet this guy, see if it complains. Nope, it allows us to do it. We're just going to change this to like a 0.25. Yeah, there we go, perfect. Say okay. And now we have our shape, and then let's check this side. This side did not update automatically, but here's what I'll do is I will I'm going to, oh, you know what I can do? I should be able to take this transform and move it. Watch, let's see what happens if I move this all the way over here. Look at that. All right, because of the sequence, spacebar, get out of that. Because of the sequence, was showing that that transform was way up here. We moved it back down just by simply grabbing it and sliding it down, and we can see that it works now. So we can see some interference here, so we got to change something on this guy. You see, we see the interference right here. So in all actuality, we could create a interference between these two and then keep the bodies, and then we can subtract out those bodies. Let's see, trying to think of the best way to do this. So we want to go with a Boolean feature. We're going to do intersection Boolean. So right now we're going to find out what's interfering between this guy and this guy, and then we want to keep the tools. That means keep the pieces that were doing it, that were creating it. I want to hide this guy right here, hide this. So I right click and then I go to hide part 3. All right, and I should be able to remove this from, I'm going to say remove that from this guy. So I'm going to hide this guy now, hide part 1, and then can't remove it from this guy, because if I do that, then it just falls right off. So, but I can tuck this surface in a little bit. So I got an idea for that. So we're gonna do a move face, so we can actually delete this body right here. So we're gonna hit we're gonna highlight that part, which is part 5. So part 5, and then we're going to delete part 5 because we know it's there. Part 5. Okay, it deleted it. It just took a second there. All right, and we're going to do something called move face, or we could move face, or I will actually go to the sketch and move this face. So we're going to move it up. That means reduce the material. So we're going to reduce the material by moving it down. So I'm going to go to the original sketch that made that. Where's my original sketch? There we go. And we're going to move this face 1 millimeter down. So here's what we'll do is we will create a dimension from, let's go from here to here. We see it's 2. We're going to change it to 1, or actually 0.5. Nope, we don't want that. We want this to actually pull down. We want this to be a construction line. So construction means it won't move. And now we want this line to move down to 1 millimeter. Why is it doing that? It's moving the opposite one that I don't want. Not sure exactly why it's doing that. Let's just grab that, slide it down. We don't know how much it slid down. That's a problem. So let me try. I have to get a dimension from, let's try this edge to this edge, and then 1, let's try 0.5. So it's moving that wall up. I don't like that. I want that. I want this controlled. This is controlled 13.5. 13.5. This should not change. That should not change. How about here to here? This will fix it for sure. So we'll go down to 14. There we go. And now we finish this guy. It's going to re-extrude that. Oh, it just broke everything. What happened in the okay, right click, and we're going to do a Control Z. Okay, and what happened here? Where's the part? Part's missing. Control Z, Control Z. We got our part back. Yeah, what happened there? All right. Either way, we're back to business. So now we can see. Let's do a move face. I think that's the best for this. We're going to move the face of this guy right down, and then the trim. So we're gonna move it right now. Move face, and we're gonna move it negative 1.5. It didn't take my negative there. Negative 1.5. Okay, and it doesn't like me to put a negative, so I'm going to remove this. Come on. Let's remove the negative, and then I hit that little button right there, and it does the opposite of what I want. So 1.5 down. All right, and now I will look at this side over here. Now I can see that it shouldn't be interfering. hold on. Oh, it might still be move face. So what I need to do is I need to take this move face and change the order of it before the transform. So before I did the rotation, I need to move this face up before the rotation. Where is the rotation? Transformer. So move face, transform, and we can see that it made the change. Isn't that cool? Go back to front. So, all right, we have no interference now there. So it will go inside of here. It will click and then it will lock into position there. Okay, and then we have clearance going there. That's great. So now we will just eliminate this issue right here, which is we will have to put a hole into the we need a hole into this piece right here. So let's go back to that intersection, we call it an intersection here to here. We're going to keep our tools again, okay, and we're going to hide this part. Which part is this? Hide part 3, okay, and then we will do a subtraction out of this. So let's do a Boolean subtraction, and we're not going to keep the parts this time. We're going to keep this guy, keep this, and get rid of this guy. So here we go. Should have deleted that. Now is this part 7. So we're going to delete part 7. Okay, something incorrect happened. All right, so now we're going to go back to the Boolean feature. So now we're going to select this guy and then this guy, subtract from this guy right here, and say okay, and see our hole is now made. Now we can adjust that and we can fix that up, but right now that won't be hitting. And yeah, so we can what we can do is we can do a replace face. We're gonna take this face and we're gonna replace face, put it into this. So here we go with replace face, this guy, surface to replace with is this guy, and okay, and then we can see now that fixed that. Okay, and now we can, let's check out our parts. We're gonna pull our parts back into view, so showing parts. All right, so now we see this is going in there, it's hitting. We're gonna have to have more clearance in here, so let's get back, Control Z to undo that, and I will move this face here. So let me move that, place face, this guy and this guy, replace it with the face, this face right here, okay, and that just totally takes it out. Great, no problem. I can have this little step too, no problem there. So now we're going to place all parts back, and one more time, and now we can see that this is sliding in there. We do need some clearance in here. Okay, so we're going to move face, we're going to move this face back a little bit, and we might have to thicken this up a little bit, but that's not a problem. So let's go to move this face, move that face, and we're going to do like a 0.5, and we are going to tell it the direction. So translate, and then we're going to tell it, we need to tell it translate, face a Boolean, distance 5 millimeters, no, 0.5, and then opposite direction. So flip that. Okay, good, done. Next one. Now we can see that's like an old part right there. It's no problem. We can actually, we'll find that and we will delete that part. No, it won't do that. That's part 5. So I want to delete. Hit spacebar, 5, right click, delete. And that should get rid of delete. There we go. Got rid of that. Perfect. So now we are going to fix that one last move face right here. So we're going to, actually we do replace face, this guy with that guy here, and then replaces the face. So now we see this is a little thin, so I can thicken that guy up by, I'm going to put a small split in here, and then move that face, because here's, we're going to use our measure this width to this, right there. And we have a 1 millimeter. I think 1 millimeter might be okay. We'll have to play around with this and 3D print a, sample and see what happens. So Yeah, we don't have to have this here that big, but it's okay. It's no problem. I could put a radius on there though. Make it. I wondering why they had it on the previous model. Say okay, done. Maybe need a couple extra clearances. So if this hits hard against this edge, could be an issue. So let's move this face down a little bit. We're gonna do a move face. We're gonna grab this face right here, and we're gonna do it offset. Yeah, offset. We're gonna be fine. Let's do 0.5 millimeter opposite direction, and then okay. And there we go. Now we're totally clear. We'll need to add some radiuses to this edge right here. It breaking super easy. So yeah, might do. Let's see. Perfect. Looks good. We're gonna add a radius here. Do we want it perfect? We'll make it smaller. Let's see what it looks like. It might add some additional strength if we make it a little thicker like that. So this looks like it's gonna go in. Yeah, that should work. And this here just prevents it from accidentally bumping and getting it open. So you actually have to push this tab. All right, so let's look at our original part. And we will we'll hide the other part, which is, I think, part 3. Okay, let's space bar. And we can get rid of this intersection place right here. So we're gonna find that section right there, that section 4, spacebar, 4, right click, delete. Okay, must be a couple 4s. Delete this guy, delete. Okay, let's see if we accidentally delete some other stuff that we don't want to. Okay, there's our helper. Everything looks good there, yep. And now we're going to, so do we expect this to bend freely every single time? Might be difficult. This is, so we're going to choose that circle. That was a 5 millimeter circle. 5, okay. And then we're going to do that offset again. And then we're going to do it opposite side. And then we're going to, actually, okay, perfect. Click there. It just did opposite of what I wanted. That's fine. I'm just going to click it. Okay, 1. Okay, and then I'm going to do some trims. L for line, here to here. Okay. L. It moved it, rotate a little bit, go back to front. Okay, now we're going to do some trims. So we want this line to go over there. No, this one to here, this one to here, yep. So trim M's. Actually, we want to create a line. So from here, undo that. Right click, escape that line. So we're going to do a bunch of trims here. Trim. So you got this guy. No, we need that. We need another line. Otherwise the trims are not working. So we got to go here to here. And then over there, come out of here. Okay. And then this guy is going to be all gone. And this guy is going to be gone too. That guy's gone. That guy's gone. Nope. Oh. Undo. We need to extend this guy. Or no, just create a guy. From here to here. Right click, escape line. M. Trim, trim. And then we're going to trim that guy. Trim that guy. He's going to go straight down. Do an extension, which is X. Actually, no, it's not going to let me do. So I'm going to do a line from here. Down. right click, escape, trim, M, 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 M. Getting all these things out of here. And then there's my sketch. It's not a full sketch, so I gotta double click back on there. We're going to get back in the sketch. Build my square. Here to here. Okay, and then this guy I need to finish a line here to here. Here to here. We're just finishing it. It's not a big deal. It's not the prettiest way to do things, but it will work. So there we go. So now we should be able to extrude this guy right here. We want to extrude that, and we want to go opposite direction, and only 9 millimeters, right? So there we go. And then we can actually do a add to this guy. Okay. So we're going to do a boolean, which is called a union. So this guy to this guy. Okay. And this line should disappear when we did that. Boolean, it didn't like that, so it didn't take. So that guy to this guy. Okay. There we go. That line disappears. So now it's all one. I should just be able to replace face. Let's see if I can do replace face. That guy with this face. Bam. So let's put a little blend on here. Perfect. Nice. Perfect. Let's put, no, we don't need blends on there. They won't do nothing. All right, let's go look at and see what part 1, part 2, what happens, what's it look like. Everything looks good. Yeah, I think that's good. So we could print this, and we could see how it prints. We can see how it bends. Maybe this material that you use in your 3D printer may not work the best, but you may have to play around with different materials to get this to bend properly. If it is a problem, you may have to go with a 2-piece design. And yeah, let's kick this out and extrude this. So I'm going to click on this part. I'm going to do a right click. I'm going to export it, and I'm going to export it as my trellis clamp. I think that's how you spell trellis. Okay, so I'm going to 3D print this and see how it turns out, and maybe I'll put that in a video, or maybe in another video I'll show how this printed out, and I'll show the what happens when I printed it, and issues or corrections. So this is like version 1. Okay, and yeah, we're gonna see how well it works. Later on you could add like holes in here, material savings, and but right now I just want to see how this prints as it is. And of course it's gonna want some supports and stuff down here, but that should not be a problem. And then this might need some supports to build, so you may have to clean this up a little later, or depends on how we print it. Maybe we print it from the top view, so that means that no, it won't, unless you, no, printing top view is probably not good, because it will be slanted. It'll be kind of like this with supports everywhere. No, that's not good. Most likely you'll print it like this. Yep, just like that, and then you'll have to cut out the supports inside of here, you know, otherwise this will fall on top of the other one. So that's the only couple little issues, but we could, if we really wanted to, we could try to design this a little bit different. You know, maybe things are at a 45-degree angle and can be printed that way. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you stayed and watched and learned with me, and hopefully I was able to teach you something. So thank you.